What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to show you how to do the oil change on the Yamaha F70 Outboard. You guys know I run this boat a lot, so maintenance is a priority for me. This is going to be my 20-hour maintenance, but this video specifically is just going to show you the oil change. A few things that you're going to need to accomplish this. Start off with, you have to buy 3 quarts of the 4M Yamaha lube. I bought 10W30. I'm in a climate where that's going to work for me. Replacement filter. And then, so I got a standard oil pan and a funnel. So here we go. It's also extremely important for you to have the motor level. So it's going to need to be trimmed all the way down, even with the surface that you're working on. Next step I'm going to do is going to be remove the oil cap. This is going to allow for ventilation, air to come into the motor for a proper drain. Looking nice and clean. Make sure you want to put this in a spot where you're not going to lose it. So I've identified that the bolt for the drain is a 14 millimeter. So if you have a 14 millimeter socket set, you're going to be just fine. I've also rigged up the drip pan to sit in the back of the motor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bolt out. Oil's going to come out. I'm going to use the funnel to funnel it back there. It could get messy, so paper towel is always a plus. So with our funnel set up and everything, I'm just trying to lead it up here for now so I can grab it as soon as I pop this bolt. I'm going to come right back here to your drain plug. Drain plug or drain oil reservoir drain. Kind of get it going. And try to do this with 2 hands. Show the camera a little better. Spin this bolt out of here, and there comes the oil. Hope you guys can see that. So the thing I'm going to be looking for here, since this motor went through its break-in, any type of metal shavings, stuff like that, any kind of debris. Oil looks kind of thick. We're going to let that all drain out and get caught by our oil pan. Looking at the rear of the motor, you will find your oil filter on the left side. I'm anticipating this to be messy, so what I did was I grabbed a old kitchen sponge and some paper towels, crimped them up and put them up underneath there, because when you let this and start spinning this thing off here, there's going to be some oil that's going to leak out, and yeah, I don't want that in the bottom of my motor case. So next step, after we've located the oil filter, is to unscrew it. I expect that there's going to be some oil to come out. We're going to take that out very slowly and then try to tip it up almost immediately once it starts to drain. Not as bad as I thought. You guys could see in there. So the kitchen sponge and the paper towels are going to catch that just fine. I'm also going to end up wiping around in there. So now that we've got the oil filter off, it's cleaned up. I wiped around it a little bit to get the excess oil. I've allowed this to drain for probably 20 minutes. There's going to be a little drop here and there. This is my first oil change, as I said, so I wanted to make sure that every last bit of drop oil I can get out of it. And now with our replacement filter, the manual says to put some oil around the ring, but this does come pre-lubricated. Looks to be some type of petroleum, maybe a silicone based lubricant. But I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit of oil on my pan and Run it around like you normally would, and now we're gonna screw this back on tight. Using a funnel, we're going to carefully add our Yamaha lube to the outboard. So with 2 quarts in there, I'm already showing, I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but about halfway up the needle is full. I'm still going to go ahead and add some because that's just what the manual recommends, the 2.22. So I want to make sure I have almost that quarter of the quart in there. Once I pour a little in there, I'm going to recheck. So very last step, you put the oil cap right back on. And put our cowling back on. And there you have it. That is the oil change on the Yamaha F70. I think anyone is capable of doing this. It's not something that I would rush to go spend $200 or so at the dealership or the service mechanic to do. It's a simple oil change, and it doesn't void your warranty. So hopefully this video gave you some of the know-how to do it. Thank you.